Hey, hey y'all. Alright, as you can see, we're not in the garage. Like I said in the last video, I got kind of cut off in that last video because, well, I had too much stuff on my phone. So, I'm out test driving the truck now with this new air intake system, and I'm driving pretty gingerly, like how I normally would in this truck, to see what my fuel economy numbers are going to be. I have this meter right there that tells me like 14 and a half miles per gallon. I do have the air conditioning on. The temperature is like 70 degrees outside, which doesn't seem tremendously hot. But I'm going to, when I get back, I'm going to get out the temperature gun, and I'm going to take the temperature of the air cleaner and all of the air cleaner assembly, and I'm going to look and see how everything is, how everything is, basically. So this isn't going to be all that interesting of a drive, really. Engine's getting up to temperature. I just, left, a couple of minutes ago. If you do something like this, especially on a computer-controlled engine, don't be surprised to see the results not show up instantaneously. It may take a little while for the computer to learn what's going on and make adjustments. Hopefully those adjustments are for the better, like, oh hey, the air intake air is cooler, so, oh look, oh, it was 14.6. Oh look, now see, 14.6. Okay, so here in East Tennessee, there's a lot of hills and mountains and stuff, so I have to be basically I coast and I barely open the throttle. That's the basics. That's how you drive this truck, is you just coast as much as possible and try to drive as gingerly as possible. You don't try to put your foot into it, unless you're passing somebody or going up a hill, towing or something, I guess, So, anyway, yeah, but show you something else here in just a second. Let me get through this. This road is very, very curvy, so you see, check engine light is on. That is my fault entirely. And earlier I had the AIT sensor unplugged. It is plugged up now. I'm betting that I'm going to have to either drive it long enough with the sensor plugged up, or I'm going to have to drive it. I'm going to have to hook up a scan tool, computer to the OBD2 port and scan for codes and just erase that one. So, alrighty. Yeah, I mentioned that in a previous video, but I thought it's worth re-mentioning. Okay, we're about up to operating temperature now, so alright, we're just carrying on here. Another thing that helps out a lot in these trucks is the brakes. If you maintain the brakes and the braking system in these, it helps out a lot. The less you can the more you can keep the calipers from dragging on the rotors, the better off you are. Probably going to drive to an area where maybe I can even do some 0-60 testing and see what that's like. Climbing a long hill now, so I suspect my miles per gallon will drop just a little bit. Although if it doesn't, I'll be very pleasantly surprised. Although again, I wasn't like doing all of these modifications to make it better as far as like power is concerned. I'm more interested in like fuel economy. Here in East Tennessee, the gas prices are pretty crazy, like they are everywhere else. But you'll drive like into one town and you'll see gas prices at, let's say, one convenience store, and you see them, $3.58, pretty good. You drive maybe 1,000 yards down the road to another convenience store, and they're $3.95. And another one, and then it's $4 and something. So I'm out of the rain now, so I'm going to back the wipers off just a little bit. You ever get those bug bites on your ankles in the summertime, stuff like that? And it's itch. Ugh, drive you crazy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pause this for just a minute, and we'll carry on. 14.7. So pretty nice. Pretty nice. Well, I was going to pause the camera, but I'm driving and I'm holding the camera in one hand. It's kind of a little crazy there, so I'm not gonna go through with that. I guess I'm driving in more of a hyper mile kind of style. So anyway. I recently changed out the last of the old ball joints on this thing. The left side, the bottom ball joint on the left side was one of the old ones that was still on the truck when I bought it. And and they all had just a little tiny little amount of play. Well, maybe not tiny, maybe a little bit more than tiny, but they all had a little bit of play, but they were all pretty good. So, okay. We're back down to 14.6. I'm driving about 55 miles an hour. Now we're down up to 14.7. Oops. Hitting them little rub strips over there. So I'm just going to carry on going down the mountain here. This is pretty much kind of how East Tennessee is like, and all day it's been like this. It's been very just humid, and I was out working on this earlier in the day, and it was just so insanely humid. I was like, ugh. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I was just drenched in sweat. Absolutely drenched in sweat. The worst part about using cruise control, though, is that it can't see hills or mountains or stuff like that. It doesn't see that. It doesn't know that until you're already there. So, all right. So anyway, yeah, East Tennessee is very picturesque. If you ever want to take a vacation, like Great Smoky Mountains Park, all of East Tennessee is pretty much like the Great Smoky Mountains. There is some certain bits and pieces of the Great Smoky Mountains that's different, but it's a lot of East Tennessee is just like the Great Smoky Mountains. So, 14.8. So there we go. Yay, cruise control. Okay, I'm going to pull over here, and I'm going to check under the hood real quick. Pull up. I want to get a little further off the road. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not throwing off on any engineers at all. The engineers at K&N and all of them, I'm sure they're like way smarter than me, and they may have thought of doing something like what I did already. But I'm going to go out here, I'm going to check everything real quick, and we're going to go see what everything is like. So, let's take the camera out here and let's have a good little look-see. Okay, well, the filter's still there. That's still hooked up. That's hooked up. It's still there. I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we're still okay. I think everything's good. You can see the filter behind there. It's pretty close, but it's good. Everything's good. All right. I'm plugging the phone up to recharge it because I kind of run the battery down recording earlier in the day. So, all right. We'll have to set this down just for a second. Let me pause the camera. Okay, I'm back. Fixing to pull out and head back home. Here we go. That wasn't even a real good 0 to 60 timed run, and I only dropped to 14.7 miles per gallon. I felt this may be mental, but I felt some difference in the seat of the pants. Now, of course, today is 70 degrees, and I think when I tested it last time, it was like 90 degrees outside. But my air intake temperature was in the low 100s. So, and also, too, let me also repeat that if this truck had came with a factory air box, or if I could find one somewhere, I would have went that route as well. But I couldn't find one anywhere, and nobody has one. And so I'm just sort of like, son of a gun, man. I'm trying to like come up with something. I just want to come up with something better than what I got. So. I've been around to several junkyards and just nobody's got one. It's like these trucks get there to the junkyards and everybody just starts grabbing and yanking and tearing stuff off of them like you wouldn't believe. So. That cracked looking thing in the windshield is not really a crack. That's actually tint on the windshield. Comment down below if tint is on the windshield is a common thing in your area, or if it's against the law and it's absolute no, you can't have it. I always thought for a long time here in Tennessee that it was a big no, you couldn't have it on the windshield at all, period. But I was told by a police officer that, yeah, you can. It just can't be, it has to be it can't be too dark. If it's too dark, then of course they can, give you a ticket or a fix-it ticket, get it off, and that kind of thing. So anyway, all right. This is going to be pulling our RV trailer probably tomorrow or the day after. So we're going to be taking care of that. And I think that air cleaner assembly that I put on here is going to help a lot with that. Seems like it's got a little more bottom end torque. Oh, one big, huge announcement I want to make to everybody. Our area, what is it? I'm trying to think of. Oh, our area. Good grief. Having total brain farts. Okay, here's what I want to tell you. We are now up to 990, a little over 990 subscribers. And I just want to say thank you to all of you all. You all have been, all of my subscribers have been wonderful. I appreciate it a lot. And I can't thank you enough. It's staggering to me. I'm just like, yeah. It's like I'm having trouble finding the words to express, how I feel about it. So it's, so anyway, I want you to know that I really appreciate you all watching, subscribing, liking the videos, sharing the videos, and everything else. And if you are subscribed, be sure to, and I know a lot of people say that, click the little bell icon and all of that, but it is important because sometimes, if you're not like currently, the YouTube algorithm works like if you're not watching the videos all the time, they won't tell you. And then, whoever your favorite, whoever you like is like putting out all these videos and nobody's letting you know. So I click that little bell icon and I usually click all for like all of the content that creator puts out. So just something to remember, please. Okay. Now, so anyway, I'm gonna carry on driving here and get on down the road. See, my neighbor here, he's down the road from me. He's got like 2 of these Dodge trucks, but I tried talking with him once. He wasn't the nicest of people. So I was just like, okay, all right, no problem. I'm not trying to, I was wanting to buy one of the air cleaner boxes from him, but because he's got 2 of those trucks and they're just sitting there and they're not moved. They haven't moved in quite some time. All right, so anyway. All right. So like I said, I do usually just coast as much as possible. In this truck, now my blue truck, things are a little different. I don't have to necessarily coast so much, but that truck is quite a bit lighter than this one. This one's kind of a porker. Yeah, she's a little heavy. She's a little on the heavy side. So, but anyway, okay, I'm rambling, and I apologize. So I thank you so much for watching, and I really thank you for all the likes, the shares, and subscribes, and everything like that. And you all are just fantastic. You know what? I'm going to get home and I'm going to check the temperatures on that air cleaner assembly, and I'm going to let you see what the temperatures are. Okay? And so I'm just going to pause it. All right? So here we go. Let's see if I can pause it and not wreck the truck. Okay. I think I can do this, yeah. Okay. I cannot find my temperature. I have this infrared temperature gun and I can't find it right now. So I'm just going to do the hand test. Very cool. This is not so cool. The cooler. This is probably like 70 something degrees right there. This is much cooler though. Yeah, this pipe is like probably, I'm going to say maybe 60 something degrees or something like that. So, okay. All right, I think that's a wrap on this video. So like I said again, thank you for watching. And if you got any questions about this, any other videos, you know what to do. Drop them down below, and I will answer your questions as soon as possible. Okay? Thank you very much. God bless. Have a great one.